Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a series of really powerful metaphors about what it truly means to give, all drawn from an ancient text. We're going to see how these verses use some incredible imagery. We're talking multiplying grain, barren rocks, and thriving gardens to show how a single act of charity can either explode into something huge or, well, get completely wiped away. All right, so let's just jump right in with this question, because this is at the heart of everything we're talking about today. The verses we're going to get into basically argue that why you give is maybe even more important than what you give. It's all about your intention, right? And what happens after the gift. It's not just about the person on the receiving end. It's about what it does to your soul. Okay, so our journey starts with this really amazing picture of potential. The text says, think about a sincere gift, like a single grain of corn. Seems pretty small, right? Simple. But as we're about to see, what it can become is, well, it's anything but small. And this idea, it comes from the Quran, from Sura Al-Baqara. But what's so cool about it is that it's not just some poetic idea. It's almost mathematical. It shows you this incredible, almost unbelievable return you can get from just one act of sincere generosity. We're talking explosive growth, all from one good deed. And the math here is just, it's simple. But wow, is it profound. Think about it. One grain sprouts 7 ears. Each of those ears has 100 grains inside. You do the math, that is a 700-fold return on one single act. It's such a powerful way to visualize the kind of reward that's promised for sincere charity. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. This incredible harvest, it's not a guarantee, it's not automatic. There are conditions. The text is super clear that how you give is every bit as important as what you give. And that brings us to a really powerful counter-image, showing us exactly what happens when charity goes wrong. So the text pulls a complete 180 here. It presents this really stark contrast. We go from that fertile, growing grain to a barren rock. And that rock, it's a metaphor for charity that, in the end, is totally worthless. It produces absolutely nothing. And the text doesn't beat around the bush about what ruins a gift. It's super explicit. It says, you know what's better than giving charity and then hurting someone's feelings? Just a kind word or forgiving them. This isn't just about being polite. It's way deeper. It's about protecting the dignity of the person you're trying to help. Then, the verse gets really direct. It's like a command. Do not cancel out your charitable deeds. And it points to 2 specific things that are like poison to a good deed. First, constantly reminding people of what you gave them. And second, giving just to be seen, for show. Both of those things, it says just completely wipe out the good you did. And to really hammer this point home, the text uses this amazing allegory. Imagine your good deed is like a thin layer of dirt on a hard rock. Then, your hurtful words or your bad motives, they're like a heavy rainstorm that just comes and washes all that soil away. What's left? Just a bare, hard rock. Nothing can grow. The deed is gone, nullified. Okay, so we've seen what not to do. Now the text shows us the ideal. The goal isn't just to avoid being a barren rock, right? It's about actively trying to become something else, a thriving garden. And this metaphor is beautiful. It's a garden on high ground, so it's safe, it's secure, it's so fertile that a heavy rain doesn't wash it away. It makes it double its produce. And get this, even if it just gets a light drizzle, it still produces a harvest. It's resilient, it's adaptable, it's always fruitful. So what's the big difference here? It's the foundation. It all comes down to the foundation. This kind of giving, this thriving garden charity, it isn't about getting likes or pats on the back. No, it's rooted in 2 things, wanting to please God and wanting to strengthen your own soul. It's all about internal conviction, not external validation. That is the strong foundation that lets it grow no matter what the weather is like. All right, let's put these 2 side by side. On one hand, you've got the barren rock. That's giving for show, right? A super shallow foundation and it gets washed away in a second. On the other hand, you've got the thriving garden. That's sincere giving with a deep, fertile foundation. It's resilient and it's always producing something good. The takeaway here is, well, it's undeniable, isn't it? Your intention is everything. But we're not done yet. The text doesn't just end with that nice, neat comparison. It leaves us with one final, really powerful story, a parable. And this one is designed to make you just stop and think about how fragile our good deeds can actually be. It's kind of terrifying. So the text says, imagine this. Just picture a truly heartbreaking scene. There's an old man, and he's got young kids who still depend on him for everything. All he has is this beautiful, productive garden that he spent his entire life building. It's his life's work. And then, in an instant, it's all gone, destroyed. And what destroys it? A fiery whirlwind. What a powerful image. It's this terrifying metaphor for how things like insincerity or arrogance, how they can come in and just, in a single moment, wipe out a whole lifetime of good deeds, leaving you with nothing but ash. It's the final, and maybe the most stark, warning about what happens when we corrupt our own charity. And so that's the final, challenging question the text leaves hanging in the air. How do we protect our own gardens from that whirlwind? It forces you to look inward, doesn't it? It suggests that sincere giving, it's not a one-and-done thing. It's a constant process of checking your intentions, protecting them. And honestly, in an age where so much is done for an online audience, that question feels more relevant than it ever has.